What's happening, cinephiles? This is Dan.
This is Zach.
And we are the Feature Fellas. Welcome to the Disaster Debates. Let's make it like a banana and split.
Lots of fun for everyone. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la.
This week, we're looking at the Banana Splits movie, based on the old TV show of the same name. And this is a really weird take, because there's a horror take on an old kids TV show. And it's real gory. Yeah, so, yeah, it's a real super weird one. Currently holds a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Pretty solid, actually.
Way higher than I thought it would be. A nice surprise. It holds a 5.1 on IMDb. Pretty good too. And a 2.6 on Letterboxd, which is over halfway.
Oh, it's a pretty average then.
Surprisingly high for this film. This film was a result of Warner Brothers not really knowing what to do with the Banana Splits, but not wanting to lose the rights either. They'd also lost the rights to Five Nights at Freddy's at this point, so this was made, as you can tell. It's also the first Hanna-Barbera product to be rated R for extreme violence, which really isn't expected.
Wow, it is actually Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, 100%. It's still owned by them. It's really weird, but I'm not complaining about it. So without further ado, let's get into the review. So we're right in with this one, because the first thing we get is introduced to all the characters of the Banana Splits show. Fleagle, Bingo, Drooper, Snorky, and Stevie. We have to have the man.
Yeah.
The theme song is a banger, and I love it. So we see that the opening was a filming for an episode, and there's a woman asleep on her couch with the episode on the TV. Her son, dressed as Snorky, the elephant, scares her awake.
Yeah.
This kid can't sleep. He's so excited for his birthday, which is technically now, as it's past midnight, but Mum sends him back to bed because he's like this tall. You know what I mean? The kid clearly loves Banana Splits. Like, this kid is going mad over these Banana Splits.
Yeah, because how long after was this then? Would have been after the series? Would have been like about...
It's like 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah, Banana Splits was like the 60s.
Yeah, it's a really interesting choice because it feels like it's in the present day as far as when it was made.
Yeah.
So how old is this? 29?
This was 2019, 2020.
Yeah, so it felt like it was kind of present day. So it's a bit of an interesting
This is present
choice.
day for us.
Yeah, so it's an interesting choice for him to be so obsessed with
Banana Splits. Yeah, I completely
show
agree.
from like the 80s.
Yeah, but he loves Snorky the most as his favourite. The mum goes into the other son's room and he's just come in from being out. Mum says she just wants him to be safe. You know, there's clearly divorced mum from their dad, new dad in the picture. You've got to get that.
It's a bit of like these are the characters, this is the family, let's go.
Oh yeah, and we come to realise these are very generic characters. It's the next day. Mum's getting the son's like cake together.
Sorry, when he goes to bed, did you see his bed? His bed is sick.
I didn't see his bed. No.
So the kid goes to bed and he's just got like a tent. So it's like a 4-poster bed, and on the top of the 4 posters, there's like a big tent.
Oh yeah, no, I did know.
Which is it's just really cool. Like I just seen that, and I was like, oh, that's actually a pretty
it is pretty cool.
Yeah,
so he's watching the Banana Splits. Obviously, he loves it, and Mum has bought him tickets to the live recording of an episode. One of his friends was supposed to go. I think it was Duncan.
Yeah, I love this phone call though, because she's just sort of on the phone, and obviously he's talking to the mother. And it's like, oh, he's got the flu, is he? And she's like, oh, it's coming out of both ends. I was like, Jesus Christ, this kid's dying. Like, oh my God, yeah, just funny.
Yeah, so he can't go anymore. Yeah. Oh, Harley was the boy.
Harley is the kid.
Harley's the son. Duncan was the mate. Yeah. That's it. The older son steals money from the stepdad's sock drawer.
Yeah, so the older son is Austin.
Mitch is the stepdad, the worst,
awful human being,
worst character in this film. And I mean, they're all pretty two-dimensional, but he sucks.
Yeah, he's a bit of a Chad sort of guy.
Yeah, he basically says to Austin, "If you need any money, just ask me." And Austin goes, "Can I borrow $20?" And he goes, "No."
Yeah, and it kind of sums him up, doesn't it?
Oh, that whole line just sums him up. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he's a pretty awful human being.
Yeah, it's rubbish. So Harley opens his presents, and Mum goes to tell him about the secret present, which is the tickets. But Mitch jumps in and acts like it's from him. Horrible move. It is awful. Harley says, "Thank you, Daddy." So I was like trying to cuddle him, and Mitch says he's too old to be saying that.
I know, which made me laugh because I mean most men would love.
And the kid's like, The kid's like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
He's a-
I know.
he's a
but
child.
yeah, he just shuts it down instantly.
Instantly, like he's in the army or something. It's real
really
weird.
strange.
We see the other kid that's been invited in place of Duncan. It's a little girl called Zoe.
So yeah, she gives him. Did you see the present? Well, obviously, we see the
The
present.
staff?
What? That is the most lethal.
No, Austin
thing.
gives him that.
Yeah, he does.
Yes.
But it's the most lethal
The
looking.
wand, yeah.
Yeah, so he gets like a sort of wand, isn't it? And it's like
It almost reminds me of an umbrella. When you only press the
yeah,
umbrella and it
press and
shoots up.
But
It's got
like
like a-
it's sort of it feels like a death thing, like a
Yeah.
weapon, because as he hits it, it sort of makes like
It's
a
Snorky. Is it Snorky on the top? Or something to do with
something,
Snorky?
but like these sort of like spikes come off it and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's real weird.
deadly to be given a 5-year-old. Love it, but
Yeah, it's class, but you're weird.
oh, hell.
So yeah, Zoe doesn't want to go to the Banana Splits taping, but she goes anyway because the mum's like, "Look, you need to go. It's a day out."
yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, yeah. I love Zoe.
Yeah, I love Zoe. Too.
I love
but I don't
Zoe.
in the
She's-
beginning. You're a bit like, do I
Yeah,
really
she's
care?
a bit of got a bit of an attitude. Like,
Yes, but as we go on, Zoe's
she
great.
seems cool.
So we're at the filming of the show now, and the family's going through security.
Yeah.
The security tells Harley that at night the animatronics go driving and laughing around the studio.
Yeah, he's a bit weird. Like obviously, this
He's almost like a creepy old man, isn't he?
yeah, like he's the first sort of a bit like, ooh, something weird's going on. Because generally, obviously we just kind of meet the family. Everything
Yes.
seems pretty normal.
Yes.
But yeah, this is the first time you're a bit like, oh, okay, something's not quite
Something's not right, yeah. And obviously from here you get some big Five Nights at Freddy's vibes.
Oh, yes.
Big Five Nights at Freddy's vibes. So Harley is like super excited to get to see the show getting filmed. Can't wait to see Snorky buzzing. He asks, well, he hopes Snorky does the Snorky shuffle.
The Snorky
We
shuffle.
love the Snorky
Yeah.
shuffle. Naturally, no one else cares. Like none of the other family care.
No, the brother's like somewhat interested because he's a nice guy. Austin's like a
It's
good
bizarre because usually the brothers hate each other in a film,
Yeah.
especially in a horror film. This boy is
egg.
lovely.
Yeah, Austin's really nice.
He's a
Like,
real
sort of
good
like
guy.
enthusiastic for his brother.
Yeah, no,
It's
he's
kinda
real
cute.
sweet. It's lovely.
Yeah.
So we're in the queue to go into the film, and security are taking people's phones.
Yeah.
And this is where we get some of the more generic characters that we're going to see throughout the
Yes.
film. We get the influencers who plan on recording the whole thing, even though no cell phones are allowed.
Yeah, they're a bit
They
weird.
get their phone taken off them, but Poppy, the girl,
Yeah.
has her phone,
Yeah.
and she doesn't hide it. She goes,
I know, and they
It's
just
so
seem
funny.
they just somehow miss it, don't they? But yeah. No. It's,
so yeah, they keep that phone, and then we see the dad with his little girl who's trying to push her into the acting limelight. He's
Yeah.
come to the recording to find a producer, essentially.
yeah, it's a bit weird because the streamers are like super fans, and it seems like the dad's a super fan.
Yeah,
also, like it's kind of varies between pushy parent and super
Freak fan.
Yeah,
The only thing I'll say about this film so far is they just get the generic characters, like totally the opposite that they usually should. So Austin, as an older brother, should be a bit of a not so nice guy, but he's actually really loved his brother. The influencers really love Banana Splits when usually you think they're just doing it for the online clout,
yes.
but they really love Banana
Mm.
Splits. And yeah, the dad is like a bit of a fan as well. It's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
it works. But yeah, this dad is I hate
Awful.
him. He's a horrible man.
Awful.
He's just trying to push his daughter, and we get to a real awkward bit later on, but yeah, that's just weird. So we're just waiting in the queue. Wonderful. The Banana Splits come driving in the banana buggy. It's great. I love
Oh my
it. I love
God,
these guys.
So good.
Yeah, it's so cool. But they are weirdly freaky.
Yeah, there's something not quite right about it. Like
Yeah.
they are animatronics.
Animatronics.
Like
Yeah.
in a very loose term.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, there's something not quite right about it. But
Yeah, costume design is great.
yeah,
Real
yeah, it's
cool.
perfect. It's spot on.
Real
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, no, it is.
The only thing about this film is it's all kind of grey. The colour palette of the film is super
slightly.
grey.
You can kind of see where they get their like
It's cheap.
horror influence sort of thing
Yeah.
from. They don't really. They it's intentional to not make it colourful or bright.
Yeah. So Harley nearly gets hit by the banana buggy. He waves at
Mate.
Snorky.
What is this kid doing?
I know, just standing in the middle of the road. I understand he's starstruck by the banana splits because he loves them so much.
He's like an idiot though, isn't
Yeah.
he? He just stands in the middle of the road, just
Yeah, no, he's
hi guys.
he's very
And
weird.
Yeah, they come within an inch of hand.
They're about that close to
Yeah.
him. He waves at Snorky. Snorky doesn't wave back. It's a
No.
pretty sad moment. Like,
Well, no, they shouldn't. He stood in the middle of the road.
It was his favourite. So Mitch, the stepdad, is on the phone, texting away, smiling. Real weird. We obviously know what's going on.
I didn't realise this.
Oh,
No,
really?
it took me.
Okay. So yeah, I won't say what's happening right now, but he's texting someone, smiling, and the mum says Harley was nearly hit by the banana buggy, and Mitch says that would have been an embarrassing way to die. This kid's like
Awful.
7 years
And this
old.
is his son.
This is his son.
This is his.
Yes, it's so bizarre.
I heard that line and I just
I had to
oh,
pause and rewind and be
yes.
like, wait.
Did you just say that?
Yeah, and I said,
Yes,
I've seen this
awful.
film a few times, and even I was like, whoa, hang on.
Awful.
So the older son Austin flirts with Paige, who is the woman taking the phones, and she's
Yeah,
like,
so she's like the sort of in charge of the guests sort
Yes.
of person, like an assistant-y sort of person.
Yeah.
isn't she? Yeah.
and this interaction's a little awkward. Just for now.
Yeah,
It's
because it's odd, isn't it? 'Cause he's obviously collecting phones, and he's like, "Hey, you can." He's like, "You can take my number, or you can leave
Yeah,
your
you can put your number in
phone."
my phone if you want.
And she's just like, "Okay," and then she does the whole look back after. So
Yeah.
it's a bit like
It's kind of cute, but it's kind of awkward.
awkward.
We see a workshop with a man working on some stuff when the banana splits come into the workroom, and they just like march in.
How's your drive, boys?
It's pretty weird. It's
Yeah,
pretty
it
scary.
is strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's working on all the splits. Drooper gets an update,
Yes.
and all the code goes red on the screen. And what's it say? The show must go on.
Oh, okay. I couldn't
the
read
show
it.
must
I couldn't
go on.
read it, but yeah.
Yeah, so we get an argument between big two like executives on the show. One of them is pulling the plug on the banana splits, and this is the last episode of the show.
Yeah. Yes.
And Drooper overhears that.
I thought, did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Drooper's in the room just opposite, and he overhears it, and he's staring at him like
okay,
this. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, because it was a bit, it was a bit odd as the what exactly happened. Because it feels like the update messed them up.
So
'Cause
yeah,
like everything turning red seemed to have messed
Drooper up, but we realised no one else had an update, and everyone's.
Yeah, it's a bit odd as to what exactly happens. Obviously overheard as well.
I'm assuming they were all updated at some point. This was just the last update. Drooper had it. We see that, and then
Yeah,
all
maybe.
a bit
Yeah.
buggered.
It was a bit odd, but yeah, fair.
So we're now in the live show. Audience is super excited. Everyone's really on board with this thing, and it's like kind of cool. Like
Yeah.
everyone's all hyped and really,
Yeah.
really excited. If there was a star on your ticket, you can go backstage and meet the stars after the show. Harley and his family check the ticket. No stars.
Yeah.
Sad.
Didn't get a gold
Yeah,
ticket.
very upset. But what can you do?
Yeah, Pushy Dad gets one.
Pushy Dad gets one. Influencers get
No.
one, and no one else.
The action though from Pushy Dad is
It's creepy.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
like, do you know what? Is it Wheel of Fortune when they go like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Michael, come on down, and they're like, yeah, they get up and lose their minds. It was like that. Wasn't
Yeah.
it? He's just like, yeah, like his daughter's like sat there, sort of just,
Normal.
you know, all right, Dad, and he's like, yeah, I can't believe it. He's
It's
just
real weird.
really strange.
So the show is starting, and all the banana splits are coming to the stage.
Yeah.
Drooper is taking a while to come out. They make up a lie saying Drooper got stuck in the neighbor's fence, and they've got to get him out.
Yes.
But he just doesn't turn up.
Yeah.
Too sad. Austin is going to try and talk to Paige and seeing if they can get Harley backstage with the banana splits.
Yeah.
And again, just a nice thing for him to do. It's kind of
I
weird.
kind of liked it though when they all come out because Stevie's like there, and I think even Harley says like,
No one likes
nobody
Stevie.
likes
Yeah.
Stevie.
Stevie's the
It's
one
just kinda-
human. No one likes him.
It's
He
just
sucks.
kind of hilarious how he's kind of there, and everyone's like, "Who's Stevie?" And it's like, just
Ignore it.
don't worry about it. Yeah.
So Drooper's all done updating, hair
Yeah,
all
the
styles,
little
eyes bright red.
red.
I love it. And he's ready to take the stage. The Banana Split show looks wild. It's like dangerous.
Yeah,
the,
no,
the,
it is.
the like obstacle course.
Yes, they give him like, what is the actual course called again?
I can't
It's
remember.
something, isn't it? It's like Drooper is something, or is
Yeah,
it like, yeah,
it's like Mud Run or something weird like
yeah,
that.
it's really weird. It's like a sort of like a slippy sort
Slip
of,
and slide obstacle course
walking
where the
course.
Banana Splits are throwing pies at them. while
yes,
they
they
do
end
it.
up climbing up, and I mean it's a good
Grab the
like
key.
10 foot in the air. These kids
Yeah.
are having like pies hurled at them, and I mean it's
While
not.
slipping.
Yeah, it's not as if like it's just ground
Yeah.
underneath them. It's slightly dangerous.
Yeah.
And
as
what
we said.
happened? Did they hit the kid? The kid fell.
Yes.
One of the kids gets hit, doesn't he? And then he falls into the ball pit.
Ball pit.
And then yeah, the girl
Grabs
grabs
the
the
key.
key, sets it off, and this sort of like a little like explosion.
Yes,
sort of
yeah.
thing. But yeah, it looks fun though.
Yeah, no, it does look fun. I mean, up until this point of the film, they're doing a really good job with the IP and everything. They're giving it the
Yeah,
respect. It's fun. I
I
like
mean, I've
this.
never seen the show.
No, neither
to be
have I,
honest,
but I
but-
know people who know of it.
Okay.
So Mitch is trying to check on work, which very clearly at this point meant he's having an affair. There's a lot of generic plot points in this film. This is one of them. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's a bit weird, isn't it? Because he's properly like, I'm going outside, and they're like, we haven't got his phone. He's like, I will get a phone.
I will find a phone.
And it's like, okay.
He must have that girl's number
Yeah,
memorized. It's
that's
real
a little
weird.
strange, man.
Some little kid wins the obstacle course. Stevie's nowhere to be seen. He's in his dressing room drinking.
Yeah,
He is
he's
hammered.
oh, this scene is hilarious
Yeah.
though because Paige comes in, doesn't she, to find Stevie.
To find him, yeah.
And he's there in like such a typical like actor thing where he's got his
The show will wait
robe
for
on,
me.
He's got
like
a robe on, pants on, like
Yeah.
proper briefs on, just drinking
Whiskey
his
going.
whiskey. Just
Yeah,
like,
yeah. He asks
awful.
Paige to have a drink with him. He says the show will wait for him whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
He flirts with Paige, clearly trying to sleep with her
Yeah.
just because he can. Then Austin comes in, finds Paige, and they get kicked out of Steve's room. He slams the door in
Yeah.
their face, essentially. Austin explains to Paige that it's his brother's birthday and he loves the show. Paige says they can go backstage after the show.
Yeah.
Winning. Absolutely
Yeah.
awesome.
Lovely
This
guy.
is, again, this character should not be this nice, and he's real nice, and I love it. It's real cool. Austin's going back to his seat, and Snorky's just stood in the hallway.
Yeah, so they sort of like have the conversation. It's almost like they turn around and Snorky's just there staring at them.
Yeah.
And
Just
then
a big
kind of
elephant looking
goes
at it.
in.
It's
But
kind
yeah,
of unsettling.
Yeah, a bit odd.
Yeah, so Stevie's getting ready to go back out. He's just still drinking. On the way back to set, he hears the show is being cancelled. The show's being pulled.
Yeah, he's bouncing.
The exec is on the phone trying to tell someone the show's done when he sees his door kind of creep open and then the other one slam closed.
Yeah. Did you see, Stevie's suit?
The gold thing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, do you think so?
I love it.
Oh, really?
Awful.
Oh, yeah.
Awful.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, not
They're
like,
going to try
not
wearing
like,
it or something.
I love that suit. Just, it's
Oh, it's cheap and tacky and awful.
awful, but I love it.
Yeah,
like,
no,
his
I get
suit is beautiful.
Yeah,
But yeah, sorry.
I get you.
continue.
Bingo is stood outside the room. Bingo's the big orange one from the box.
Yeah, so there's like a little bit of a jump. It's not really a jump
No,
scare,
he's
but
just outside
yeah.
the window looking
Yeah.
in. But yeah, I guess you could consider it a jump scare. Stevie's back on set. He's absolutely hammered.
Yeah.
They spin the wheel of endings to see how the show ends today. Usually it ends on Rock Out, says Harley. Every episode,
Yeah.
Rock
So
Out.
we never actually see what happens to the producer guy, do we?
We do later
Yes,
on.
but
Yes.
at this
Right
point-
now, no.
So yeah, we
No.
see Bingo. Is that it?
That's
Does
it.
it just
We go
cuts?
back
We hear
to-
a bit of a scream and then it cuts. doesn't
I
it?
don't even think there's a scream. I
Oh,
think he's
yeah.
just freaked out from the doors. We see Bingo, and that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it lands on Rock Out, and that theme song starts again. It's still
Yeah,
great.
This is a weird bit where Stevie is like he looks awful.
Oh, he's like pale. He's like hammered.
Sweating.
They're all
just-
fake playing their instruments. Stevie's playing the
Yeah,
tambourine.
he's just like bouncing around the place. I think because he knows at this point they're getting cancelled.
They're cancelled.
He's almost taking the mick out of them.
Mhm. Oh
Like,
yeah,
he's
100%.
almost like trying to be like, ha, I know, like this is
Yeah,
your
we're
last
done.
show.
I don't want to be with you.
He's awful.
All the awful generic characters like the dad and the influencers, they're all having a great time, wonderful time. Drooper pushes Stevie and he goes flying.
He bloody hammers him with a guitar.
Yeah, and he
So
goes
he does like a
absolutely
guitar
flying.
spin and just like hits him off. Like I love that.
Oh no, me
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah,
Because
great.
Stevie sucks.
Yeah, he does.
Harley sees that and he knows that doesn't usually happen. So
he's like, he did that on purpose. And they
Yeah.
were like, no, I don't think he did. But he's like, nah.
No, that was definitely on
Yeah.
purpose. The live film is finished. Anyone with the stars can sit tight, but everyone else can go. They're out.
I think, sorry, at this point, I realised that the splits themselves are weird
Hmm.
because they are on animatronics, but they seem to flip between. Obviously, they're people in costumes, but it seems to flip almost between them being in costumes. You see them performing,
Yeah.
and they look like
And then they
people in
kinda do the-
costumes where
Yeah.
they're moving as if like they
Fluid.
have joints and and then all of a sudden they stop and they all start doing like
Yeah.
the robotic march.
Well,
and it's
there's
a
one-
bit, like weird where it
Yeah.
can't decide.
There's one point where I can't remember where it is, but Drooper's walking by and you see a human's leg
Oh really?
underneath the suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like obviously they're obviously human, but yeah, it's like it can't quite.
Yeah.
I think whereas obviously we're going to compare slightly to Final Freddy's, but where that felt like they were always
They're
robots.
soup. They are
Yeah.
like apart from odd scenes, but they're
But it
built
felt like they were
animatronics.
always robots.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, it feels like it mix and matches between in the film. like,
Yes.
there's
Oh yeah.
what
No,
they
I
are, do you know
totally
what I
agree
mean?
with you. Yeah.
But yeah, weird.
The dad of the kid and the influencers all got stars, obviously, because that was very obvious. Paige stops Harley and his family, and they take him backstage. Mitch wants to go home, obviously, so he can go carry on his affair.
Yeah.
So he walks off with his phone because somehow got it back.
Yeah, he seems like the only one who got it as well. doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he's just got his phone.
Yeah, he must have. I'm assuming he must have gone to find them and be like, "Give him my phone."
But there's
back.
there's a
But-
bit later on, obviously, where we see something else. It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
quite add up.
No, it
but
doesn't. But
again,
yeah.
it's a generic horror. I'm not going too bad into it. Stevie is telling the Splits that they're done. He says everyone thinks they suck.
Yeah.
He says he hated every minute working on the Splits, and they just stand there kind of looking at him pretty menacingly. It's
Yeah.
actually kind of scary.
No, it is.
Drooper's eyes glow red. Clearly didn't like hearing that.
No.
Drooper's with Stevie, and Stevie spits in his face. He's drinking again. He spits the whiskey in his face.
Yeah.
I think it is.
I mean, he deserves everything he
And
gets.
then here comes the first kill of the
Oh,
film.
God.
Drooper grabs Stevie's big lollipop that he grabs when he's driving the
little like
trike.
Yeah, trike.
And
yeah,
he forces it down Stevie's throat. Breaks all the
my
throat bones. It's gory.
Yeah.
It's pretty gnarly.
Because there's a little bit where, as he's like putting it in, where it kind of like it's like a fake face. Sort
Yeah,
of thing, and, like,
it goes deeper.
His chin kind of like implodes on
Yeah, and it
itself.
looks gross.
Yeah,
like
no,
the
it
practical
does.
effect
Yeah,
again. Practical effects is the highlight here.
Yeah.
They do a real good job of it.
It's a great.
And like blood is like spewing out. And he's just pushing it down. It's awesome.
It's proper like lollipop end as
Yeah,
well.
for the first kill, it's lollipop first. And for the first kill, it's awesome.
Yeah,
It really
great.
works with the tone. The guests are getting taken around the studio as they all have the stars. And the one influencer has like loads of fun facts about the banana splits. He's a massive fan.
Yeah, he does, but we never know. He tries like correcting. So Paige is going around like explaining things, and then he's like, "No, it isn't.
Yeah,
No, it isn't. It's this."
yeah.
And she's a bit like, "No,
I work.
I kind of work."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, you're wrong." So he's a bit of a douche. Like he's
Oh,
sort
yeah.
of- I don't know if he knows facts or if he's just stating things.
Yeah,
he's
I
heard
can't
on
tell. That's the
internet
thing.
sort of
Yeah, but there's never a clear answer because they're
No.
going around then the set later on, and he knows all these bits.
Yeah,
and it's
he
real
knows
weird.
enough. Like, but I think he's a bit of a know-it-all. That's you know
Yeah,
what
it's
I mean?
just real odd.
Yeah,
The Mum and Austin are talking about Mitch. Mum says to give him a break, but Austin hates him for good reason. Mum goes to find Mitch. All the lights go off in the studio, and the banana splits are here to meet everyone.
yeah.
Drooper's got blood on the nose and stuff
Mate,
like that.
so
It's fun.
funny,
It's a
that
lot of fun. The influencers get pictures with the splits first. They're kind of doing some silly poses with them. Of course, they got in there first.
Yeah,
you
they
know what I
sort of
mean?
run, don't
Oh,
they?
yeah,
Like,
they
they get
peg.
photos. And
They see it as a child, and they're like, me.
Yeah, there's like 5 of them there, and they sprint the first. Like, yeah, you're like,
Poppy gets blood on her cheek from Drooper, and it's obviously Stevie's blood from the
yeah,
lollipop.
it was kind of hilarious though, because I think the boy takes it off her, and they're tasting it. And they're
That's
like,
not
it's obviously
strawberry.
jam. But like, pretty much, most people at that age know what blood tastes like.
And also
You
know
do.
not to take random substances and lick them.
Yeah, well, I mean, they kind of thought it was jam, but you know what blood tastes like. But they never kind of go, I think that's blood. They just go, it's not jam.
And at what point in the show was there jam?
No, exactly. But it's just like a really odd thing to say. Like, do you know, I thought, like, surely you would have gone,
That
something's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but yeah, no, just fine.
Really weird. The dad of the little girl tries to find the producer of the show so
Yeah,
she can be
yeah.
pushed into the spotlight.
So I think he tries using Paige, doesn't he, first?
Yes.
I think he's like, Paige,
I need the
my
producer.
daughter.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, no,
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. Like,
Yes.
And then, yeah.
It's really weird.
So yeah, he just leaves, though.
Yeah, he goes. The influencers go a different way.
Yeah, because I think Paige ends up being like, stay here, goes after them. Yeah, then the influencers
Mum and Austin
go
are somewhere else.
Yeah, so Mum and Austin have left. The influencers go off a different direction.
Dad goes off a different direction, and then the two little children are left.
Yeah,
on
where's
their
Austin
own.
go? Does he go after mother? Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, because they're talking about Mitch.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just the two kids left alone.
It's bonkers.
Yeah, no, it is.
So yeah,
quite mad.
influencers run off to explore the rest of the set. Harley wants pictures with the splits, but Paige is gone for a minute. So Harley runs over to the splits with Zoe. And these kids generally seem super excited, and it's real cute. And like, considering Zoe didn't want to go, she's buzzing. She's
Yeah,
like,
no, she is.
And
Yeah, they're
again-
having a great time.
although they're real generic characters, they have like a certain ounce of charisma to all of them. And I really like
and I
most
think,
of the
yeah,
characters.
I think the kids are really good together as well. Like,
Yeah.
they got like a nice little bit of chemistry.
I
Like, where
agree.
it's, you know, it kind of works there. It almost, you can see the sort of progression of them being like, you're a bit weird. Like,
Yeah.
she's a bit like, oh, you're a bit weird. I don't really want to talk to you. And then you can kind of see as it's going on, and they kind of
yeah, they become good mates.
yeah,
it's
they
cute.
kind of grow on each other, which is it is kind of sweet.
Drooper goes in for a high five to Zoe, but he's all covered in blood, and they're a bit like, oh, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Snorky goes for a wander. Harley's upset because
Yeah.
he loves
Yeah,
Snorky.
yeah, he just wants to meet Snorky.
Mum finds Mitch outside on the phone. She questions him. They kind of go, yeah, whatever. And then she grabs his phone off him, looks at it, and sees all these pictures and
Yeah.
messages
Oh.
from his assistant, Kara.
Cara, yes, yes,
And they're
yes.
very, naughty pictures.
Yeah, they're just a bit like, yeah,
They're not like super explicit,
No,
but they're
no.
provocative.
yeah,
is the way
there's a
they'll
lot
go
of
with.
messages, a lot of like pictures. Because it's weirdly only from her though.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
from him.
No, he's
So yeah,
he's
yeah, no,
bless him.
it's just yeah.
Poor little Madeline. But yeah, there's so many cliches in the film, but they reference it themselves. So like, it's fine. I can get on by with that. I don't have an issue with that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mitch and Austin get into an argument. Mitch brings up Austin's real dad. He says that he's like,
Yeah,
we're glad he's gone.
Yeah,
so he should
wouldn't
be.
have liked the person
Yeah.
to become, sort of thing.
And that obviously upsets Austin.
Yeah.
Mitch is just a little crybaby. I just really hate this character so
Yeah, but
much.
it's really weird because the whole thing is he's basically jealous because she pays so much attention to the kids.
It's basically, yeah, he thinks they don't have enough of a relationship because she has children. One of them's his.
Yeah.
And then,
He has the son. Like, it's his son.
because they've got kids, he believes there was never us.
But I mean, the kid, how old is he now? Like 8, 9?
I would say 7, 8.
7, 8, say? So he's got a 7, 8-year-old and like 19-year-old.
Yeah, kid has got his own life.
Like, they've been, he's been part of his life for a good 10 years at this point-ish.
Mhm.
And yeah, now he's like, he's basically jealous that, you pay too much attention to the kids.
Yeah, I think he's kind of getting at the point that they don't have a physical relationship anymore, and that's why he's gone to the assistant, because the kids took over.
Maybe pay the kids some attention.
Don't have kids in it. You know what I mean? That's what we're taking this so
Yeah, no,
literally,
sorry, yeah.
but like, no, it's
No,
true.
It's weird.
The
It's
family-
a weird reason.
The family are lovely, and then
Yeah.
he just real gets on my nerves.
It's a really unusual reason for things. Do you know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
even as if like something happens
He's
late
like
on.
generic man, though, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
But he's awful.
Yeah,
Like,
no, he
he's
is.
awful throughout. So it's a bit like, what on earth do you see him in for 10 years to be with him?
Yes,
You know what
I agree.
he's-
Because the mum is class.
Oh, she's
I
lovely.
love the mum.
Lovely.
What a beautiful lady.
Oh,
Yeah, at this point, I really like Austin. The relationship he has with his family is really genuine and really good. He cares about his mum and his brother. It's really nice and super unexpected
Yeah.
for this type of film. So Mitch is walking and phones his assistant, and he's like, "Hey, my plans just cleared up for tonight." It's real cringe. But again, it really works for this type of
Yeah.
film. Snorky is driving the banana buggy behind him.
So you just get like the little headlights flash up, and then he's just in the little
great.
buggy. Beautiful.
I think the horror aspect of this film, considering it's a kids' TV show, they do a real
Yeah,
good job
it
here.
is.
Harley and Zoe are walking around the set. Harley is like real excited, and even Zoe's like, "Oh, I'm really enjoying this."
Yeah,
It's
no, it's really
good.
wholesome. He shows the wand. Like,
Yes,
his wand.
His
the
wand.
Big, the weird, the weapon wand,
Yeah.
not his little wand.
yes, the one.
Let's
is
not
like,
get weird about
No.
this. So yeah, they've all banana splitted up by this.
they have indeed. Harley is still upset that he didn't get to meet Snorky, so Zoe says that they should go on a quest to find him,
Yeah.
and then he does the
Yeah,
wand
he
up
does
and
the wand. Yeah.
wholesome
Again, though, I
kids.
love it because every time he does it, it was like a shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really deadly, but
Yeah.
it's just
They
it's
love
so
it.
funny that it's so awesome.
The freak dad and his daughter, they finally bump into the producer. And the kid starts to perform My Humps by the
My
Black Eyed
Humps.
Peas. And
So,
it is
yeah, so they get in.
weird.
Oh, it's so uncomfortable. So they get in, and like this
Look
is
at my
the
daughter,
woman-
look at my
yeah, so this is the woman who's just found out the show's getting cancelled.
She's been sacked,
So
essentially.
yeah, so she's a bit like tamping, and she's sort of like,
That kind of
oh,
stuff.
whatever, yeah, just do it. And then he starts going 1, 2, 3, and he starts going like starts beatboxing, and she starts doing the what's
And
gonna
I
do with
feel
all
for the
that?
kid.
Oh.
I feel sorry for the child because she's very clearly pushed into it. But I agree with the producer where she stops them very
It's
much
like-
and stop
I mean, it's about 5 seconds.
saying it's creepy and outdated, and 100% agreed
Oh,
with
it's
you.
so uncomfortable.
It's awful.
I mean, it's meant to be, but
Yeah,
it's so
it really,
uncomfortable.
this stuff happens clearly. But yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah,
So
I
dad
hate it.
Dad finds out there's someone above her who's cancelled the show.
Yeah.
He goes to find her. Paige finds out she's also pretty much been sacked after tonight due to the show being pulled.
Yeah.
The influencers are running around set, and they
Yeah,
do
so they-
genuinely love the show.
Yeah, so they find like a load of like the sort of side sets, isn't it? It's like
Yeah,
the
what's it called?
different-
Drooper's Magic Shop.
Yeah, it's
and
magic
all
shop
this.
and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's different like little bits of the whole
Set design's awesome though.
Sick, though. Yeah,
really,
really good.
cool.
Really
I'd
good.
love to go visit this place. It's,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, they genuinely love the show, and it's kind of weird because, as I said, like the influencers in the film don't usually care.
No,
but
they're
these
all
two,
for the clout.
these
But-
two genuinely kind of
Yeah.
care,
Mm.
and I kind of like them. I'll be honest. I don't like him so much. But I do like Poppy quite a bit.
Yeah.
So they're live streaming that in Fleagle's Magic Shop.
Yeah, because I think this is sort of like a little callback to start because it might be this bit where he asks her if her parents follow him
on
or her.
Instagram or whatever it
Yeah.
is. Yes, because
So
he's
they
clearly
can
got
do
a plan.
live stream.
Yes.
And yeah, here we go.
Yes. So I said the set is really cool, and then the man gets down on one knee, proposes to her there on
On
the
the live
split
stream.
set on the live stream.
Yeah,
and
so
it
he's holding
is
the phone
kind
doing
of wholesome. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's cringe, isn't it?
It is cringe, but I was kind of not as offended as I thought I'd be. Do you know what I mean? I was
No,
kind of
it's
like,
it's inoffensive, but it's just a bit like.
oh yeah, it's
whatever,
again that's for the views.
Yeah, no, it is 100. Yes, of course.
Yeah. Fleagle is behind them,
I
tongue
love.
sticking
Yeah,
out.
you kind of. You knew as soon as, because obviously they turn then, don't they? And they're like, yeah, look,
And
we
he
just
did
did
hang
it.
out.
You can see all little hearts and stuff
Yeah.
popping up. And then, yeah, you just see,
Fleagle.
like, in the background. It's a beautiful shot.
Yes.
It is a good shot.
He takes the phone, puts it in the bag, and he takes out a magic wand, starts doing all this, and just smacking the phone with it, just destroys it.
Banana Cadabra.
Banana Cadabra! What the hell, man?
Dad, relax.
And Poppy's like, oh, it's got to be a magic trick. And he just empties a bag. And it's just springs and coils.
So good.
It's
man.
amazing.
So good.
He grabs the guy, Thad, that's his name,
Yes.
and he puts him into the magic trick machine, which is one of those will split you in half machines.
Yes.
He puts him in there, and it is garnered. He puts this big saw in the middle and just starts sawing through him.
But like he grabs
Poppy
so he's got Poppy under his arm.
pushing on this saw,
And he's just ripping this guy to pieces with her just like screaming,
helping
obviously,
essentially.
trying not to do you know, trying to stop him, but it's brutal.
It is brutal. And it keeps going and he keeps going, and then eventually he pushes it down one time.
Yeah, so he gets so far, brings up, you see all the blood, and then he just
pushes
straight
it down.
through him. Like,
And then this is the best bit.
Oh my
He pulls the box
God.
apart, showing Thad's body just split in half, guts everywhere.
everywhere.
Ta-da! So good.
Oh,
It's incredible.
So bad, like horrific to see.
Oh,
But
they
Wow.
balance the comedy and horror so well here. And it's at this point where I'm like, this film shouldn't be as fun and entertaining as it is. It's so much fun.
Like.
We see Fleagle's arm skin has been ripped off.
Yeah, so I think as she gets free,
Yeah,
she
she
sort of
kinda-
like rips it off. So, but yeah, it looks really cool. Though.
It does, and they reveal that they are robots.
The robotic
They're
arms
animatronics.
is really cool,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure we already knew that, but it's still
Yeah,
kind of cool.
yeah.
Harley and Zoe find Fleagle. That's hard to say. And he says he knows where Snorky is. Zoe cuddles Fleagle, but Harley doesn't like the Melhound. He's pretty freaked out.
Yeah, he's a little freaked out there. But
Yeah.
I kind of like the fact too that the Bananas Boys in general are going after like the adults.
Yes.
They are still like looking after the children.
Yeah, because they put the... Yeah, we see it later on.
to a degree, but
Yes.
yeah, they are. It's still that thing where they like the bad adults, the nasty adults. They kind of kill it,
Yes.
and then the nice wholesome people. They kind of looking after.
Yeah.
So it feels like they still got morals.
Morals
Weirdly.
for robots. Yeah,
it's a
weird.
bit strange, but it's kind of cute. Like.
Fleagle with the metal hand kind of reminds me of Foxy from the Five Minutes Phrase with the hook. Very similar. They hold hands and they go with Fleagle.
Yeah.
And they go. Mitch is waiting by the car for everyone while Kara is sending them some filth on those messages. Woohoo! Mitch goes for a walk, look around, and he sees Snorky in the banana buggy, turn the lights on, and start driving after him. And it's not even slow. He starts
So-
belting it.
But it's not slow, but it's not fast. Which I just, oh mate, honestly, I love this so much.
Mitch's run.
the whole, because he's screaming,
Yeah.
like a little girl.
An elephant is
Screaming.
chasing him.
And yes, so he's pegging it. And
With the
then
flash.
there's a bit then where like they end up on like almost like a railway track, but it's the funniest thing. So it's basically like a track where you've got sides up either end.
Mhm.
The car's in the middle of this thing, and he's just running straight down it.
Yeah.
Like at any point, he could jump up either
Yeah.
side, just running down this thing.
His legs do like this weird thing.
screaming. I honestly, this was my Oscar-worthy moment.
It's incredible.
Because that specific bit where he just running in a straight line down a tunnel.
Elephant after him
It
in the
makes
car.
no sense whatsoever. It's so funny.
But I do love how they treat this awful character. They,
Oh, no,
they
they
have him as the stupidest human.
torture him.
No, they
like,
do.
And they batter him, but I love it. I
So,
love it so much.
While he's getting chased, Mitch drops
So
his phone,
funny.
Snorky runs over it,
Yeah.
and he keeps chasing him. And that's
yeah,
all we
does he
kind
get
of-
like through a fence or something, or doesn't he like?
this is all we see for now.
Oh, okay.
And then we get
sorry.
no,
Yeah,
and then we
yeah,
get a bit further.
Yeah.
The dad of the
So
girl
good.
has found the room of the head executive, but he's not there.
Yeah.
Drooper's there,
Yes.
and there's a cigar on fire, well, lit
Yeah,
from where the producer had it.
Yeah, yeah.
Drooper just picks it up with a bottle of hairspray and just blasts him in the face
This
with it.
is wild.
It's incredible. It's
So the daughter's literally there,
standing there
it
watching
all.
it, and he's getting blasted in the
Oh,
face.
It's
awesome.
incredible.
Oh, it's
like,
incredible.
it's so good, man. And it like the CGI, they kind of CG this.
Yeah,
slightly,
the
don't
fire
they?
CG,
and it looks rubbish.
Oh yeah,
But I kind of love it.
and then the
like,
burns effect on the guy. It looks cool. I'll be
No, it
honest.
does look really cool. like,
Drooper's
and it's
there, just dancing as he's on fire. It's real twisted.
It's so messed up, but I love it. Like, because this is probably like something. Obviously, you know, I've never burned anyone with it, but everyone does it as kids. You get into
Links,
that little
yeah.
light, and
Yeah.
so it's like it's almost something where you're like, ooh, I could imagine that
Yeah,
happening. How
100%.
brutal it would
I
actually
know
be.
the smell of it as well.
Yeah, no, it's
disgusting.
great though.
Yeah, no,
Love
it's a
love
great,
it
but it's
so
not a kill.
No.
It's just
Not
an
yet.
injury.
Yeah.
Harley and Zoe are still like missing, so Mum is calling for them.
Yeah.
This is it. Mitch is running at full pelt from Snorky. This elephant's up for blood.
Yeah.
Mitch has the stupidest run.
Oh yeah, but again, there was probably I guess this is probably about a 5 to 10 mile an hour like chase.
Oh yeah, and
Like he's sprinting for his life,
Isn't it?
and the car's like it's not fast enough to be a car.
no,
It's just
it's
like
a toy, innit?
yeah, it's just fast enough, not quite. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a weird one.
So Mitch finds the security guard from the beginning, the creepy
Yes.
kind of old man.
Yeah.
He goes to spin him round, head's being decapitated, it falls off as he spins him round,
Yeah,
and it's just blood spurting everywhere. It's awesome.
He's holding his head. Mitch is holding
Yeah.
the security guard's head.
Again,
Steps
violent,
back.
gory. Yeah, steps back. Snorky finally catches up to and just runs him over. Just runs him over.
Oh, he's
Not
so
dead
good.
yet, though. Still
Oh.
not dead.
Honestly, like one of my favorite things is like in films is watch people get hammered by cars. Like I just find
And it's such a
find
bad effect, innit?
So funny, like but,
Like he's there 1 minute and then gone. 'cause
oh,
he
but
gets
again, no, this is the most hilarious thing though, is the fact that this chase has all been about 5 mile an hour. All of a sudden, this car seems to go with 20, like 30 mile an hour. Like it just
smacks him.
hammers him, and
Yeah.
it's
Absolutely
so
smacks
good.
him.
This whole scene was
Oh, it's
just
incredible, yeah.
so funny.
The executive tells Mum that everything's under control while the dad pops out of the door with his face all burned up,
Yes,
saying the banana splitters attacked
Yes.
him, and he is looking like burned bacon, I tell
Oh
you.
my god, yeah, no, he looks awful.
He is like
Mm.
bubbled and
Yeah.
gross. It's disgusting.
Yeah, so it's the first time where they explained the splits have gone mad. Because
Yeah.
obviously at this point they've kind of killed everyone.
Yeah.
And no one really knows what's going on. So
Mhm.
it's the first time now where they're like,
Someone said banana splitters
yes,
attacked me.
yes.
Harley and Zoe are walking through the workshop with Fleagle, and they
Yeah.
see the little girl whose dad burned up. She's being locked away in this room.
Yes.
Fleagle is keeping them all there. He's real scary though with those
Yeah.
eyes. I said, "Suck on that, Freddy Fazbear." He's doing a better job.
Yeah, he comes in and just goes, I brought friends. We're going to have so much fun.
So-
So just chucks them in this like
The voice
cage
actor,
thing. Yeah.
you know who that is?
No.
That's Daffy Duck.
Is it really?
He is the guy who voices most of the Looney Tunes.
Wow.
Eric Balzer, his name is, and he still does all the
Because
voices.
I
Obviously,
don't know if
took
it's
over.
him. There's one who sounds exactly like Tigger.
They're all the same voice.
Oh,
they're all
okay.
Eric Balzer.
I don't know if is he Tigger? Because
I
there's one
maybe
who
sounds like Goofy too,
a little bit like Goofy.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's one who sounds like sort of like a
Yeah.
Tigger Goofy sort of.
but he
like
does
a
all the
hybrid.
voices for
Oh,
Looney Tunes,
wow.
which I find incredible that he
Yeah.
did an 18s rated horror film.
It works though.
Oh, it's
so
perfect.
good.
It's
like,
so
the
good.
lines, they're limited but beautiful.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
great. I love it. Mum and Austin are looking for Harley and Zoe, but Bingo drops down and grabs
Oh, this is
Austin.
great.
This bit's incredible.
Yeah, so they end up in like an almost like forest.
It's like a
set.
forest. It almost reminds me of the Tree Forest Cafe.
Yes.
Very similar to that. And yeah, he kind of drops down,
Bungees.
grabs Austin, and goes back
Yeah,
up.
it's really interesting. Like,
Mum's jumper gets the smallest bit skagged
mate,
on the
yeah.
back. Takes off.
Yeah,
And she's wearing this vest. She looks a bit like, I don't know, like Lara Croft meets
Yeah,
Bruce Willis in
it
Die Hard.
It felt a little unnecessary, didn't it? It was a bit like.
But this woman is, I love
Yeah,
this
but
woman.
This was almost like the transformation. Like this happens.
She becomes badass.
Yeah, and she turns into like
Badass.
Ripley from Alien.
It's so
Do you know what I
funny.
mean? Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just the littlest bit, and she doesn't even
Yeah.
try. She just takes
Rips it off.
and it's the double-handed. Yeah, she's got
like
a tight
vest
vest
like,
on.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
it's
funny.
mad.
Yeah, instead of freeing
Yeah.
herself, she just takes a jumper
Yeah.
off. It is amazing. She goes up to the top of the ledge, pushes Bingo off the ledge, and he falls into those branches.
So they end up in like a big sort of rafters bit, don't they? And then, but yeah, she literally just runs
She's up
straight
there.
at him.
Yeah, pushes him. His arm comes off.
But yeah, but basically dumb tackles him. She
Yeah.
just runs up to him, grabs him, and just
She's gone from normal mum to badass woman. And I love it.
in a shirt loss, basically.
Incredible. It just works for this film because they really knew what they were going for.
It's wild.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
amazing. Mum and Austin come across the influencers. One of them is real dead.
Yeah,
real dead.
yeah.
Poppy says Fleagle took the kids, and she joins Mum and Austin to get the hell
Yeah, so
out
she's
of
basically
this
just
place.
sat there like holding
Holding him.
this. I think they still.
The ring.
I think she must have put the ring on
Yeah.
him. I'm assuming. 'Cause
Yes.
I don't think he obviously put it on her.
Yeah, no, I
I
thought
don't know
it
if
was
he
just.
had one as well because
No.
he's definitely wearing a ring.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
she's holding his
okay.
hand.
But it's,
She might
it's
have-
kind of
yeah.
sad. It's kind of sad.
Like this is the only bit where I was a bit like they don't really react.
No.
So they come
Oh,
up
Mum
and
and
there's,
Austin, nothing.
there's yeah
Come on.
like there is a literal split in half human being that
Guts
they see
all over the floor.
about an hour ago.
Yeah.
You know, with a girl next to him, and they're a bit sort of like, oh no, come with us, son.
Yeah,
you
come
know,
on,
it's a
join
bit
us.
like she's obviously a mess, which is understandable. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's very they don't really bat an eyelid
No,
on Guts
not at
being
all.
everywhere.
Not
you
at
know?
all. Yeah.
It's interesting, but yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah.
The workshop Worker is here and his hands all bloody. They took his fingers.
Yeah, it took 2 fingers.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, I don't really. It felt a bit odd, this specific bit. 'cause
Yeah, I didn't really care about the workshop man, I'll be honest.
No, Carl,
Carl, that's him,
the creator. But yeah, he just kind of. Yeah,
He's just there.
the whole finger thing was just a bit like,
Random.
I don't. Yeah.
We didn't even see him take the fingers.
No.
Really weird.
No.
He says if the network hadn't cancelled Banana Splits, this wouldn't have happened. This is all they've got. They've been off it. They've been just around for years. This is all they do. They don't do
Yeah, it's a
anything
bit of
else.
a weird one, isn't it? Because he kind of makes it out as though they found out why they're cancelling cancelling the show. Sorry. So like this is why they're kicking off, but it's also like
You did this.
Yeah,
This was your code.
It's a bit like I don't really understand if it was intentional or not. He's an odd, isn't he?
Oh yeah, it's weird.
Where you don't really know if he's like because he is obsessed with these creatures,
Splits, yeah.
with things. But yeah, but you never know if it's him
Mm.
who intentionally did this,
Yes.
or if it is an accident.
Yeah, no, it kind of reminds me of the Child's Play remake where there's like a code issue and it goes nuts.
Yeah.
But I kind of hate that plot point. I'll be honest, like the whole code AI almost issue.
Yeah, in a way, it would have been better if they ignored that and they just found out and went on a rampage.
I just went on a rampage,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's almost them
100%.
being like sentient, I guess.
Yes,
Do you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah.
The man's trying to let the kids out, but Trooper comes in, dragging Bingo's arm with him. As he's
just
so-
dragging him like just all.
Oh, dragging Bingo, sorry, not his
yeah,
arm,
Bingo.
dragging the
Yeah,
whole of
yeah,
Bingo.
yeah. Because Bingo comes on his head, then he's
Yeah.
all just like mashed.
I
up.
love Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
The man is upset over Bingo. He says he can fix it. He's real obsessed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Harley picks up like a hot rod and just smacks him in the forehead.
Yeah, so I think there's like a key bit, isn't there, where they're like, let us out,
Yeah.
and then he's like, no, but then I think as they come in, he like jumps and drops the keys. The kids then get out, like while
Bang him into the
until
forehead.
they kind of pretend like they haven't got it, get out, and then just pokes him right in the forehead. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't kill him, but just absolutely clocks him.
yeah, what a brutal kid! Like,
Fleagle then says, it's sloppy time.
It's sloppy time!
And I was like, woohoo. The girl executive fights Fleagle and rips his eyes off, revealing the red eyes.
yeah,
It's pretty cool, I'll be honest. Paige goes to get a cell phone, but the splits have broken them all. The bags have been destroyed. buttons destroyed.
Yeah. This
So
is
where the hell did Mitch get that phone?
yeah. That's why I'm just thinking that maybe he like pushed his way in. Like the only explanation I could possibly come up with, which doesn't really make sense, but that he's gone off and gone, give me
Give
my
me
phone.
that phone.
And they've kind of
So
been
you
like,
think he's had a
fine.
meeting with these splits at some point? and just
No.
seen them?
I think
Or he's got.
I think this is before everything. So
Right.
they've still got the bag of phones.
Right.
He's either found the bag of phones or he's gone up to because there was 2 assistants.
Yeah.
So I think he might
Yes,
have gone
you're
to find.
absolutely
The
right.
only thing I'm thinking is he's gone to find the other assistant, being like, "Give me my phone," and that's my explanation.
So
Yeah.
the course from earlier is called the sloppy time course.
Yeah. So we've gone through the Rebecca bit. Yeah, when they find. Sorry, that's the producer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
we had that little scuffle.
Yeah. A bit of a scuffle.
Fleagle and Trooper are
Sorry,
making them run.
His ankle tap though is beautiful.
Yeah,
Did you see
yeah,
that?
yeah,
She starts
yeah.
running away and he just clips her on the ankle and she
It's
just
incredible.
oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, no.
But yeah,
obviously
sorry,
he
so we're
splits
back
it
to
nuts,
the
I love
obstacle
it.
course.
But yeah, they're making them run the sloppy time course from earlier, but it's covered in blood this time round.
Yes.
Trooper is just dying. He's loving it. He's
Oh
loving
mate,
the
they
storm.
just like they're having the
Oh,
best
an
time.
amazing
They?
time.
Yeah,
And I think
yeah.
that's what I love most about this. And I think this is where I can compare it to Five Nights at Freddy's more, because in Five Nights at Freddy's, I know they're more animatronic, but they're not really doing anything.
No.
They're just there and things are happening.
Yeah.
These have mild personalities.
Yeah,
They're having
no,
a great
they do.
time
They
and
do.
having a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
yeah.
And I think that
100%.
really shines with Eric Balzer doing the voice for them all.
Yes.
And I said, I'm just like, oh, that sounds like Marvin the Martian.
Yeah,
You know, it's like
yeah.
one of those things.
Yeah.
Trooper grabs some pies and starts hurling them at the
Yeah.
executive.
So I think at this point she breaks it. Was Rebecca breaks her fingers? does
Yeah,
she?
he like grabs her fingers and she just kind of goes, ah.
Yeah, so I think she's already broken them. She sort of trips and like
Yeah.
breaks her fingers more. Like he's kind of all like obviously scarred. Up a
Yeah,
bit,
so
like,
you've got the
"Ugh."
dad doing it and Rebecca
Yeah.
doing it. Yeah.
So yeah, they get up.
They do it pretty well, yeah,
so
so
they
they
manage to
finish.
get up.
Fleagle's at the top. Fleagle's got the blue key and just stabs it into this guy's back. It just destroys the spine. Just
He absolutely rips him open. It's odd, isn't it? Because
Oh,
obviously,
yeah, there's no logic.
no, the key is nowhere near sharp enough to do that. But I mean, he slices him open. There's a lovely shot of it, like with the camera sort of
Closer.
almost. I don't know if it's inside him from the inside out, or if it's like right behind him.
Mhm.
But yeah, you almost just see this like parting of his spine,
Yeah.
and then you see like the actual
I
spine.
love how white the spine is. Like, it's super white.
Yeah, no, it's a great shot, and then just dumps him.
Oh, it's bonkers. Yeah, just chuck him off the ground, off the course into the ground.
Splat, like it's just
So the the girl, what's her name? Rebecca?
Rebecca,
Yeah,
yes.
she wins the course, but Drooper's there.
Yeah, so
waiting.
does she grab another key? I think she just grabs
She
one of
does
the other
grab-
keys. Or
yes.
does she rob the blue key off?
No, she grabs just a
she
random
grabs
one
a
from
key.
the top.
Yeah.
So she grabs that, jumps into the ball pit,
Yeah.
goes to come out, and Drooper's waiting there with the big hammer and just batters her in the
Oh
face.
She did it!
God,
And what comes here? Eyeball hanging out.
It did.
And this time, gross. I hated it. I hate this eyeball. So yeah, she's just got this eye hanging out of her face because Drooper has just destroyed her with his
He
hammer.
absolutely felt it. Yeah, no, it's
It's
a rough
disgusting.
one, isn't it? It is a rough one. It's a good one though.
Oh, it's
I
a
love
clock to
good-
the head.
I love a good swinger like.
Yeah,
It's
that's a great
proper,
one.
like. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
it's
going for a home run with that one.
It's banging.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Snorky's finally arrived, but now Harley is like kind of scared and freaked out, but he really loves Snorky.
Yeah.
Zoe says she's gonna go take him out.
I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
take him out.
So he just like squares up to her. So she's just there like, it's okay, you guys run. I've got this.
She's a literal
Oh.
tiny child, and she's like, I'm
Oh,
taking
but,
him
like,
out.
After this, I was like, oh, I love
Yeah, no, this is
Oh.
where I was like, right, Zoe's
you. Go
great.
on, Zoe.
But Harley believes Snorky's different, so
Yeah.
he approaches him, starts doing the
The
Snorky shuffle.
Snorky
It's just a bit of
shuffle.
this, like,
It's so.
it kind of reminds me of like a TikTok dance.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it's
is,
real
isn't it?
weird.
Yeah. It's sort of just like a shuffle,
yeah.
and then they kind of do like a little
There's
like,
like an
step
arm
twirl.
thing.
It's almost like line dancing.
It's real weird.
really strange, yeah.
Yeah, Snorky copies him, so they're both doing the
Yeah.
Snorky shuffle. So he believes that, you know,
I just love it though because even Zoe's like, "This is messed up." The kid's like, "Yeah."
It's real
like,
funny.
I love the fact that they're even there. Like,
yeah, they acknowledge
this is
how
really
weird it is.
strange, man.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it's good.
Harley offers a hand to Snorky, and Snorky takes it.
Yeah.
Snorky's a good guy.
Snorky's
We love
a good
Snorky, big Snorky.
Yeah.
Paige is walking a hallway, and Trooper's following her, singing the theme song, and he's like speed
Yeah,
walking.
no,
It's
really
weirdly
good.
scary.
Yeah, it's good though.
And again, I think that's a bit of a reference to Five Nights at Freddy's, where Foxy's kind of doing the hum thing throughout. Do you remember at the beginning of Five Nights at
Yes,
Freddy's?
yes,
It's very similar. Paige has gone into the ball pit and started hiding in there. She's kind of going through it, and she sees Rebecca's face. with the
Yeah, so
eye
I do
hanging
love
out
this
of
shot.
her
Yeah,
head.
because you kind of go past, you've got the ball pit, and then she's going through, and you know it's coming. Because obviously she's like making her way through, yeah, and then it's just like, yeah,
It's
shot
right
in the
there.
face.
It's the
Yeah,
oh, it's
it's
disgusting.
great.
I hate it. I
love
hate
it, like-
it. I hate it.
Yeah.
The remaining adults are all together now, but they still haven't found the kids.
Yeah, so they kind of just happen to be there. Like she comes up, "Wah!" like screaming, and then
They're
like,
all just
oh
there.
yeah, yeah,
Mum
so,
in the
yeah,
vest.
mum, yeah. The mum in the vest.
Paige asks Carl, the worker,
Yeah.
how to stop him, and he says the show must go on. It's in
Yeah.
their programming. So
Yeah.
that's what we saw earlier. They hear music coming from downstairs, which is the show, apparently, according to Carl. He says the show's going on. They all grab some weapons. They just grab
Yeah,
stuff.
I love when they get in though, and then Austin, like Bingo's still on the floor, and
Yeah.
Austin sees him and just starts booting his animatronic. He was like,
Poor Bingo.
all right,
Leave
calm
him,
down.
man.
Like I think he's gone.
Carl was working on a girl banana split that was supposed to be a sister to the boys.
Yes.
And I think that would have been awesome.
Yes.
Poppy the influencer grabs the mask and the gloves.
Hootie.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, Hootie the owl.
I would have loved to have seen this
Yeah,
character.
no,
It's fire.
she looked really cool.
Yeah,
like, but
Poppy
yeah.
puts the mask on, puts the glove.
Yeah,
It's like a
so-
Freddy Krueger type
Yeah,
glove.
so the rest of the guys sort of go down
Yeah.
this tunnel, and then she's sort of left there, and then
Yeah,
she
she
sort of just
grabs a hammer and just kills him.
yeah,
Kills
well,
Carl.
she claws him first.
Yes.
She used the claws to claw him, and then I'm assuming she
Just
just
claws
kind
him,
of
yeah.
goes to town.
Yeah, yeah, it's wild. Like,
Yeah,
fair play
so
to
it's
her.
a like it's an understandable too
Yeah.
because she is probably the only one who's genuinely affected.
Oh,
by
yeah,
all the
100%.
stuff that's going on.
Mhm.
But it does also come kind of from nowhere, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like-
Like she was obviously distraught. I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she just murders a man.
Yeah, she just kind of goes from being like, yeah, let's go save the kids to I'm now going to murder everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a
Yeah,
bit
it's
odd,
pretty
but yeah,
odd.
fair,
Yeah, I give it that.
understandable.
The remaining three go down and follow the tunnel. More dead people are on the ground, killed by Bingo.
Yeah, so
Bingo
this
kills
is,
these.
I think,
It's odd.
yeah, this is the rest of the crowd. It's the
Was there
audience.
that many people in the crowd? There's
When
like
you
a
think about
whole
it, yeah,
tunnel
but if you
full.
think about it, like there was at least like what,
Yeah.
4 or 5 seats, and they were like going back, and they were full.
Yeah, I didn't even
and there
think
was,
of that.
yeah, but it's the entire audience.
They're just dead people.
yeah,
There's
and
a
then
lot of dead.
the other assistant has the drumsticks in his eye.
In his eyeballs.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah,
I hate the
great.
eyes. But yeah.
that was good.
The Splits are like running an underground show for the kids down there,
Yeah.
complete with dead Stevie on his bike with the lollipop still in his throat.
So good.
It is like one of the darkest comedy moments in it, and It's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
so all
so
the kids
good.
are like chained up on it. So they've got
Locked
like,
by
one
the feet,
big
aren't they?
chain
Yeah.
going through them
Like,
all.
yeah.
So they've all like got to see the show. But yeah, they roll out Steve in his little tricycle,
And he's just like,
lollipop. The kids are
Lollipop
just
stick.
screaming.
Yeah, they're going mad.
So good.
the adults sneak around to try and stop him. The split set fire to
It's
Stevie.
So good.
And
Yeah.
it's like the vent that they've got like a little
Yes,
light.
they've got like a little light doing it, and they like shoot. I don't know what this was originally. Wasn't there like a shot of like
Isn't it
confetti or something?
the same machine that fires the letters from the post
Letters,
box?
that's the one. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's the
so it
same
just
one.
shoots this air, which is like fire, and so they basically like wheel Steve in front. It shoots him,
And he goes flying! Oh my god, it's incredible. Like, he goes flying. And then Fleagle chucks a little bit of water on
Did you hear those? Stevie, smoking is bad for your health.
it. Yeah. And Fleagle just chucks a bit of water on him. Real nice guy.
So funny, man.
So,
Oh.
this is a real cool scene here. It's time for the Wheel of Endings again.
Yes.
And this time, they've got the head of the network who cancelled the show on the wheel.
Like nailed to it.
And he's nailed hands and feet.
Hands and feet to it.
And it is gross.
It is brutal.
The kids are here. Snorky's behind the kids, and he's leading them to their seats,
Yeah.
and he locks up their feet.
Yeah,
Harley says, "Please don't do this."
yeah,
But Snorky gives him the key.
yeah.
We love Snorky.
Mhm.
Snorky the king. The wheel lands on Banana Split this time, not Rock Out.
Yes.
So they take the guy's arms and hands and legs off the nails,
Yeah.
and they just grab him by his arm and leg, and they just rip.
Rip him.
It
So
is gross.
brutal. So
You
yeah,
see
they
each arm come off,
So
each
they
leg
literally, I
come
think
off.
one's got one arm, one leg. The other's got another arm and leg, and they just pull it, and he just
And he hits the ground, and it's just a torso and a head. It is awesome.
splits, doesn't he?
This is a great kill.
Banana
He
splits.
banana
But
splits.
yeah, no, wild.
It's a
Wild.
super cool kill. It is
Brutal.
awesome.
But like kind of understandable because he was obviously the guy who
He cancelled them.
it.
Yeah,
So,
he got the biggest death.
yeah.
It's crazy. Mum tells Austin and Paige to take the kids and leave, and she's going to go fight the splits.
Yeah, so the kids
Badass.
obviously unlocks himself
Yeah.
and starts unlocking all the kids, and they've all kind of run at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, Beth just squares up to Fleagle and Drooper.
Yeah,
on their own.
Trooper grabs her by the neck and throws her to the ground.
She calls him, come at me, you fuzzy son of a
Yeah, incredible.
It's like a real Ripley moment, isn't it?
Yes.
Get away
Oh,
from
yeah,
me.
of course it is. Yeah, cool. I didn't even think of that. Austin comes in, stabs Fleagle through the head, just absolutely
Yes.
demolishes him, and just kills him.
Yeah, hits him like, is it like a hammer or something?
No,
like
he stabs it right through, doesn't he? So I can't remember
Oh,
what he's
yeah,
using.
but he just grabs something and just, yeah,
Is it
so he
crowbar?
comes back, doesn't he? And,
Yeah, just absolutely splices through his head. It's wild. Trooper strangles Mum on the floor.
Yeah.
Harley comes in with the wand
The one.
and extends it in the mouth, and it just comes out the
No,
side
she
of
throws
the head.
it to it.
He throws his
He
head
throws it to her,
extends
she
it
catches it, and then just
into the
and
mouth.
it- yeah.
And it just-
It's sort of like weird, like frothy stuff.
I assumed it was like some sort of oil or something that runs them.
Something's going wrong.
It's not gonna be
but
blood, is it?
No,
Yeah.
no.
But yeah, that is
But
a
yeah,
badass
she
suit.
says another one, banana cadabra, boom, and then hits him like.
Oh,
love,
she's-
love it.
I love this woman. I love it. Everyone's heading for the exit.
Yeah.
At last, Bingo arrives back,
Yes.
and Snorky and Bingo fight, and it is bloody awesome. And like, props to these actors because this must have been horrible to do.
Also, sorry, do you know when they were leaving? Did you hear what Harley said? As they obviously all this stuff's gone on as they're leaving the store, he just goes, "This isn't the show I expected."
He's like a cute little wholesome kid.
Laughing.
isn't
I
he?
was just like,
No,
what?
and like that's I mean, the comedy here is
Yeah.
weirdly funny. Like
No,
it's a funny
so
film.
funny, like such funny lines. But yeah, sorry. So
Yeah,
Bingo
like they
and-
Bingo and Snorky just start fighting, and I said respect to these actors because I reckon in those suits that was horrible.
Yeah, and I mean they're clearly in a confined area. It's
Yeah.
not, even if it's like not quite underground.
I reckon it
but
must have been
it's-
horrible
oh
to
my
film.
God,
Snorky pulls out some wires from Bingo, and Bingo just rips out the heart of Snorky.
and just properly like it's like is it Alien Predator or something like that when they have there's a film isn't there when he rips someone's heart out.
yeah,
it's got the heart,
yeah, I can't
and it's sort
think.
of being I can't think what
Yeah,
it is. But
yeah.
I said we should get Craig Charles out for Robot Wars. Like, as soon as this happens.
Yeah, that would
It's
be
just
incredible.
chaos.
And now-
Final time, and it's promising to be an absolute belter.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And then Snorky manages to like grab Bingo's like hat and just rips his head open.
Yeah, he sort of just like smashes his head in, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
It's
like
gory,
he's
man.
almost like dying without a heart, and just sort of like
Just goes
hammers
in
him
for
with the
one
head.
more.
Yeah.
Harley tells Snorky he's his favourite. Snorky dies.
Yeah, R.I.P. Snorky.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, what a man.
Bingo clearly dies in that scene too. So they're all
Yeah,
dead.
he kind of
They're all
cases. Yeah, they're all.
We've escaped the studio now. Everyone's outside. The police, ambulances. Zoe and Harley are real friends now. They kind of hug. It's kind of wholesome.
Yeah, I think she says to him, she's like, she's like, you're not weird. The show's weird. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I know. It's the show's weird,
Yeah.
not me. And they're like, yeah.
He's
you're
wearing
right.
these like angel wings upside down.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I
Cool.
loved it as well because you found Pushy Dad's kid, and then she just goes,
Can I take acting lessons?
no, can I quit acting lessons to his mother? Like, do you think?
Yeah,
Like,
you can do what you want.
she just seen her father die, and it's so he's
so
gone.
funny.
Like,
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
All the most people are dead.
Yeah.
Austin asks Paige for the number again, and they
Yeah,
kiss.
Cute,
I
like,
don't. Yeah, it's
It is.
okay. It just doesn't
It is,
really.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a film.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
you're
interest.
very true.
It's kind of how it is.
And then here comes Mitch.
Mitch is
Back
alright.
again after being run over. He tells Mum he doesn't want to be with Cara. He loves
I'm
Beth.
sorry, yeah.
And she clocks him one and
Oh,
says,
mate.
I want a divorce.
Just
badass.
bastards him. doesn't
This
she? Just
woman
absolutely-
is gold. I love it.
Yeah.
Mitch gets run over again by the banana buggy, this time by Poppy the influencer,
Yeah, so
dressed
this is-
as the news.
So I found this whole scene hilarious. So obviously, yeah, she gets, firstly, so she clocks him, jumps in the car. Like, she's gone.
Yeah.
She left all the kids behind.
Oh my god, yeah,
She just leaves. Then, yeah, like, obviously there's ambulance, there's police there, everyone's there. And for some reason, they all leave and just leave Mitch.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
the
I would
ambulance-
too.
Yeah, it's understandable. But then, yeah, he's just on his own, just like, hey, how am I
He
gonna
gets-
go? And then
Blown to bits by this car.
This time
It's-
he's dead.
This was the budget gone. This
Yes.
was the budget. Blood goes everywhere.
He
Arms are
gets hammered,
flying.
and then you've got like a shot of him on the floor where they just run over his head.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
he gets
disgusting.
Obliterated.
The film ends
Love
with Poppy laughing while hauling the old split bodies away.
Yeah.
The red eyes come on again.
Yeah.
And Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy sings the theme song, and it is absolutely
Yeah,
amazing.
the last sort of bit, so you get like a bit of like a post-credit scene,
Yeah.
isn't it? Where it's just the song. It's just a full rendition
It's incredible.
of the song.
I love it
It's
so much.
good.
I never knew I needed Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy doing the
Yeah, I
Banana Splits
didn't
theme
realize,
song.
but yeah, now you said it, like it's
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 awesome.
so good. Like,
That is the end of the Banana Splits, so let's jump into some categories because that's wild. Okay, so we'll jump straight into acting first, and with acting, I'm pretty much just down the middle. Like, it's nothing
Yeah.
special,
Yeah.
but it's not bad either. It's one of those. It's a generic horror film that kind of goes a step above a generic horror film, but it is still kind of
yeah,
one of those
I would
films.
probably say it's more of a slasher. than a
Oh,
horror
yeah,
film.
they definitely
It's
go
not
more
scary,
slasher.
is it?
No, it's definitely more Friday the 13th than a scary, like, Hereditary. Do you know what I mean? I really love Eric Bauza doing the voices for the animatronics. Although there's not a lot going on, he's still great. He still really shines doing it. But the human actors are just fine. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing special. I think Beth, the mum, is a standout because she's just a badass.
Yeah.
And I like the kids, and I like the influencers, but nothing's incredible in the film. So I go 6 out of 10, just because it's nothing special, but it's not bad either. And I think Eric Bauza really just kind of elevates it.
Yeah, I mean, I mostly agree, to be fair. I think there's like a bit of a too obvious split of like the heel face dynamic where it's like the people who are going to die are very obviously going to
Yes,
die. Like
I
they
agree.
make the sort of bad characters too bad and make the good characters too
It's like
good.
generic, I'm going to die, I'm a
like
villain.
they're either horrible human beings or nice.
Yes.
There's not really like anything sort of in
Completely
the
agree.
middle, or they don't really kill off one of the good guys. So it's a bit too dramatic.
Mm.
But yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you said. I think the chemistry between Zoe and Harley is really good, actually. As I said, the relationship kind of grows, which is good for the kids, because generally the kids are sort of like the more annoying or the more dramatic.
Yeah, I
or
usually
whatever.
hate kids in a
yeah.
film. Yeah.
But it was nice to see they actually had like a relationship that made sense.
Yeah.
By the end of it, I was probably more invested in these two than I was Austin and Paige. Like, I
Oh,
thought-
yeah, easy.
As much as obviously there wasn't a romantic relationship, I just thought like it was a really cute little friendship. they
Yeah,
grew.
I agree.
So yeah, I actually agree with 6 out of 10.
Doing sick.
Yeah.
Wow, it's all happening.
Yeah.
Effects.
Yeah.
I think the effects are real good.
Yeah.
For a film of this caliber, which is clearly very cheap,
Mhm.
they really make it work with practical effects, and I think it looks amazing. And whenever a film decides to go practical, I'm always going to be more into it. And some of the kills do look bad. I agree. Like, there's some CGI and some questionable moments, but like I'd say the lollipop one is probably the weakest looking death when it's clearly not a real body.
Yeah,
you know?
it's just that like split second, isn't it?
There's a
Where-
few scenes where I'm just a bit like, that looks
Yeah.
bad. but like you get to like the banana split, and that's incredible. Like real gory, and the eye and everything, real good. So I really like the effects. I said for a low budget slasher film, it's good, it's fun. 7 out of 10.
Okay, fair. Yeah, no, I pretty much agree with you. Yeah, I think the only, as I said earlier, I think the only real notable thing was the fact that they couldn't really decide whether the splits were robots or humans.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like it was a bit sort of, they were either too robotic or too human-like.
Yeah,
like it
I
was a
agree.
bit strange. But again, it's just, you know, it's being very picky. Yeah, I agree. I think everything was, the practical effects were generally really good. The CGI again was a bit
Enough.
iffy on times, especially with I think the burn as well, the sort of the flame thing. As much as it was cool,
It's a great kill, yeah.
The after effect was really cool, but like the actual thing itself looked a bit janky. But
Mhm.
yeah, I agree. 7 out of 10.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Joint
yeah.
7 as well.
Yeah,
This is the best review ever.
Yeah.
Music. I really, really, really wanted to like the music more. And when I found out Patrick Stump does the entire score, not just the song, I really wanted to just love it, but I don't find the music interesting enough throughout to really notice it, I'll be honest. The music in these films needs to really play, and it doesn't in this. I love the theme song. I love the fact that they really roll that theme song throughout. It's a real fun, annoying theme song, but it's fun. Patrick Stump doing the song at the end is an obvious high point for me because I love him. So I'm going to go 6.5, plainly for the fact Patrick Stump did it. I enjoyed that. The theme song's great. But if I was being more critical, I'd go lower.
Okay.
Because there's just not enough score to keep me interested.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I enjoyed the music, I'll be honest. I really like the theme. I think it works in a sense of like it's fun when it's supposed to be fun, but menacing when it needs to
100%,
be
yeah.
brutal. You know, like
They
I think
work it, yeah.
I think it works quite well with both. Like obviously, you know, I'm not like a big guy on music, but generally I notice the music, which is a big.
That is a
improvement
big
for
one
me.
for you, yeah.
So yeah, I've gone 7 for me because yeah, it was enough. There's nothing really that I can say. Oh, I love this bit, but there was enough for me to be like, there was a few bits where I was like listening, being like, oh, this added to a scene.
Yeah,
So,
fair. No, I respect that. That's great. Entertainment.
Mhm.
Now, this is where the film's obviously going to shine. This is probably like the 4th time I've watched this film. And judging off that, I can confidently say that I am very entertained by this film. Again, it kind of has that problem where the first act kind of takes a minute to get into where we're going.
Sort
Sort of, and obviously we have very generic characters here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I've seen this before. I've
Yeah.
seen this set up so many times. But I don't really care.
Yeah.
I find this film stupidly entertaining,
Mhm.
and they really go for it. And I said, for a film that is Hanna-Barbera as an old TV show, they
Yeah.
really, really go
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
So entertainment, I'm going 9.
Okay.
I just have a blast with
Yeah.
this film. I think it's so much fun.
Yeah, no, it is great. Yeah, I completely agree. I think with this, so we've kind of ended up in like a weird space where we've done the Winnie the Pooh. Now we're doing this. It's like the sort of psychotic children's show takes on things. We've been in a weird space, but I'm really enjoying them. As much as the bad sort of characters were extremely likable, it did make their deaths much more satisfying.
100%.
Like I think they really did, especially with like Mitch, where they really tortured him, even though he was like an awful human being, which was very satisfying. It's really over the top. It's really stupid. The splits themselves are great. Like I think
Awesome. So much fun.
even the fact like their little lines, though they haven't got a lot of lines, their lines are always like comedic. They always work perfectly.
Yeah.
Every time it was used, it was
Perfectly cheesy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall for me, entertainment, I got 8. 8 out of 10.
Nice.
So yeah, I had a great time.
Nice. So overall, and recommend. So overall for me, real fun.
Yeah.
Really fun. I love it. It's just real stupid fun. It's not a good film, and I understand that. I'm aware of
Yeah.
that. But I'm a horror fanboy,
Yeah.
and I just loved how silly, over the top, and it just has fun with this premise. It's a ridiculous premise, and they really make it work. I can recommend this to people who just enjoy silly horrors.
Yeah.
If you don't like silly horrors, stay away. You're not going to enjoy this. But if you can have fun with silly ideas, this is 100% recommended. So yeah, I can recommend this. How about yourself?
What's your overall?
Oh, overall, sorry, I totally forgot about that. 8.5 out of 10. If I'm being
Yeah.
critical,
Okay.
if I was just going, I love this film,
Yeah.
it'd probably be a 9.
Okay.
But I'm pulling it back because I judged the music a little bit and some of the characters and the acting. So 8.5 final score overall.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, yeah, I'd recommend this as well. I think it is more of a, as I said, it's more of a slasher than like a horror. Like I think if you're going into it thinking it's going to be scary, then it's not scary, is it? It's more just silly, like it's silly, fun nonsense. Yeah, I think I would recommend it to most people, to be fair. Deaths are great, the acting's cheesy, everything's great about it. I've gone 8 out of 10.
I was very close.
Yeah.
We're real similar.
Yeah, no, we are very similar. So I think it's a good agreement.
Yeah, it is. I agree. So that was our disaster debate on the Banana Splits movie. I think we both really, obviously, recommended it, and we both really enjoyed it. We were pretty similar on it. So yeah, as you can tell, banger of a film. Definitely check it out.
Yeah, for sure. So yes, give us a follow on the socials at The Feature Fellas. We're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, and now we are on X. So yes, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment. Tell us your favourite banana split. Why
Yeah,
not?
give us your favourite banana split, and we will see you next time.
You stay classy.